Last week on One Sailing, we sailed to the island that some claim to be the smallest one in the Caribbean. Mopian was a magical place. And the next day we sailed to Chatham Bay in Union Island.
Yeah!
Now Johan has decided to walk across the island to Clifton to check out.
It's a hot day, especially in here with no wind at all. On the map it looks like it could be a pretty steep walk. But being a cruiser, it's always nice to get a good walk. You tend to spend a lot of time on the boat. So not very good for your cardio. Really is bone dry, the soil now. So I guess the farmers on these islands, they're really looking forward to some rain. It's beautiful down here. That's Mayro and the Tobago Keys out there. And on the other side over there is Clifton. So that's where I'm going.
He had 7 kilometers to walk one way. We should take him about 1.5 hours with all the steep hills.
So we're checked out. That was the customs and immigration. I was lucky because they were closing in 5 minutes. But now that's done, so now I'm just going to buy some vegetables, some more fruit. I found everything we need. Vegetables, fruits and food. We're checked out. Now I only have to walk back 1.5 hours. We're heading into the beach to have a barbecue together with Matilda, that Swedish boat over there. It's been pretty windy today. You get these compression winds coming down from the hills here. So the boats here, they swing around quite a lot. There is also some current here, so sometimes the wind and the current are moving in opposite directions. So it's nice that you have some space between the boats here.
We were going to sail together with the boat Matilda to Bonaire. We went to the restaurant Sunset Cove for our last dinner in St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
We have set sail, left Chatham Bay and Union Island, and we're having a course straight towards Bonaire right now. We're wing on wing. It's Pretty good wind today, 25 knots just about. And it looks like it will be a good couple of days, the passage over there. It should take us around 3 days to get there. It's 412 nautical miles to Bonaire, and the weather forecast says that we will more or less have the same winds all the way.
It was so nice to just glide out of the anchorage, and we could set our direct course straight away from the anchorage and just hoist the sail. And it's our first really downwind sail since we crossed the Atlantic. So our time in the Eastern Caribbean is up, and we had a great time. We were just so happy to get back to the tropics. Really live the, you know, cruising life to the fullest. Use the boat, be outside, swim from the boat. And Chatham Bay is such a nice place. It's so peaceful and quiet. So it's a really good choice that we just stayed here now for the last couple of days and not in Clifton. Even if it was a long walk for Johan yesterday to go and check out.
We've been on our way now for 4.5 hours. We left around noon, so it's 4:30 now. So the sun will set in about 2 hours. Matilda, the other Swedish boat with Mickey and Annika, they're right behind us here. We've been doing good speed so far, around 7.5 knots in average. Been having 2 squalls so far with a little bit of rain. But it's pretty nice that even in the squalls the wind won't go above 30 knots, so we can still keep all the sail area up even in the squalls.
For dinner tonight we're having ready-made tomato soup. And then I made some croutons that we're gonna have on top. So we will eat now. It's getting dark now. It's already 6:30. It's gone really fast since we left Union Island. Now the evening starts, and I guess we try to do some shifts, night shifts. Vera has a tendency to wake up when we're sailing, so usually I stay more time with her in bed, but we'll see. Hi Vera!
Tackar! So this is quite cool. In front of us we have an oil tanker that is just sitting there, drifting. It has its beam against the seas and drifting towards the west in 1.8 knots. So that's how strong the current is here. We're doing between 8.5 and 9 knots at the moment. And the winds aren't that strong right now. We have around 18 knots of true wind. And the seas are really flat because we have so much current with us, and that flattens the sea. So it's really comfortable and fast sailing at the moment. And we're going to pass the tanker on its stern just to be sure. The AIS says that he has Grenada as his destination, so I'm guessing he's just waiting for his time slot over there. Matilda have also changed course a little bit, so they're right behind us right now. It's amazing really how equal we are in speed under these conditions. They have a slightly newer model and 2 feet longer, a Naiad 460. But so far today we haven't been further apart than 500 meters the whole day. And we have the exact same sail setting. Wing on wing with the head sail on the whisker pole. So that's quite interesting to see. But I guess once we're a bit more off the wind, they're more modern hull form, and a bit lighter boat would make a big difference, and also their water line length. To me, it's a bit strange that he's just sitting there drifting in the wrong direction in almost 2 knots of current. That means that in 24 hours he's been drifting almost 50 nautical miles, and that's like 3 hours of motoring for that ship to make up that drift, and that's around maybe 3 tons of fuel. So to me it would have been a better idea to go directly to the destination and drop to anchor and wait at anchor instead, but maybe he's not allowed, I don't know, because it's an oil tanker.
Day 2 on our passage to Bonaire. Johan is asleep. He took most of the night. I did a few hours, but then Vera woke up. The waves are bigger now, so the boat is rolling a bit more. Very little traffic. I've seen some fly fish jumping out of the water. Haven't seen or heard any birds. So it's very quiet here. Matilda is now 1.3 nautical miles behind us.
Matilda, det här var ram 2. Kom.
Matilda här, kom.
Hallå, god morgon. Har ni haft en bra natt? Kom.
Vi har haft det jättebra och lugnt. Det har flutit på fint.
So we have 250 nautical miles to go, just about. And for the first 24 hours we've been doing 175 nautical miles. So that's very good. That's an average speed of 7.3 knots over ground. So what we're thinking about right now is if we should do a jibe today or early tomorrow morning, because we're not on a direct course right now. So we need to bring over the mainsail to the starboard side and put the head sail on the port side to be able to go on a direct course right now. But the forecast says that the wind should shift a little bit more to the north, so I haven't decided yet if it's best to do it today or early tomorrow morning. The seas has been pretty rolly since this morning. We don't have that strong current with us any longer, so now the seas have started to build a little bit, but still not too bad. We're doing good progress right now, around 7 knots. So I just got off the radio with Matilda, and we have decided to do this jibe today, because it looks like the wind is going to turn more to the south in the morning, so it's better to do this jibe early rather than late, so we can have a direct course towards Bonaire. Yeah, one of the benefits of having 2 whisker poles is that I can prepare this one fully before I roll up the sail on the other side. So that's what I will do now. It is quite a lot of work because there's a lot of lines, a lot of stuff to think about. So this will probably take me around 20 minutes, something like that, when I do it alone. I always start with putting on these preventers for the whisker pole. Just 2 lines. One that goes to the front and one to the aft. And then you also have the topping lift for the boom. Because we opted for these extra long whisker poles, one of the downsides of that is that we have to have gates on the sides here to be able to get them out between the lower forward and the top shrouds here. But that's just how it is. We looked at having a telescopic one, but for this size of boat it would have been around $7,500 each, and that was just too much for a whisker pole, if you ask me. So we did it this way instead, and it works pretty okay. So the topping lift and the 2 preventer lines are now connected. So now we'll just lift the boom out to the side and then slowly try to hoist it out. This can be the tricky part, especially when the boat is rolling a lot, because these are pretty heavy. So it's nice to have them on the track, on the mast. On the old boat we just had it on the deck, and that was not fun sometimes to do that. So now we'll clip in the sheet line on the whisker pole. That's a new one. There's always something. Now the boom is in the correct position at the mast. Let's raise the topping lift a little bit, something like that, and then I pull the preventer lines tight. So now all the lines are connected and the boom is out. I close the gate here again. We'll roll up the mainsail now. So now we'll put the preventer up for the boom on the other side. When everything is set, we can change course and take out the sails again on the correct side. So the sails are set. Took me a bit over 25 minutes to do all of this. Made some mistakes. Now I just need to take down this whisker pole as well. But now we're having a direct course towards Bonaire. And we're good to go for the night. So second night out. So far this night the sailing has been great. No traffic, just one fishing boat that we have right next to us now. And then of course Matilda, they're still about a mile off our stern. And since we made the jibe, the seas are at a slightly better angle. So we don't roll as much. It looks like we're going to make landfall at night, tomorrow night. Because so far it's been a really fast sail. Looks like we'll do another 170 nautical miles or so until tomorrow. Yeah, most of the night I've been sitting down below, watched a couple of movies, been reading a little bit. I'll let the girls sleep this night, so I guess it's my time to sleep during daytime tomorrow, which is fine for me. I actually really enjoy these longer night shifts, especially when the sailing is as good as it is now. And the wind has picked up a little bit. Right now we have a bit over 30 knots in the gusts. And the wind is a little bit more from the south today. So right now we can't really go on a direct course any longer with the whisker pole on port side. So in a while here I will pull the sail, the head sail over, also to starboard side as the mainsail. So we can go more to the south. It looks like we'll make landfall a bit before midnight, which is a lot sooner than we expected when we left. And we've been out now for 48 hours, and both of those days we covered 175 nautical miles in 24 hours, also today. We can see land. It's about 11 nautical miles to the point, and after that another 10 up to the harbor. So we will be there before midnight, probably 10:30 or something like that. It's been a really fast sail all the way. We've been averaging close to 7.4 in total, 7.4 knots.
Hungrig, Vera.
So making the last dinner before we make landfall.
Over there you can see Bonaire behind the waves. It's a really low island, so we don't see much. Big waves.
We're sailing on the west side of Bonaire now. Have about 6 nautical miles up to the main town, Malin, where we're going to pick a mooring. I just took in the mainsail, so we're sailing with just Johan. Still cold out though, so we'll see how far we can go with that. It's so deep here, really close to land. You can sail straight up to the beach and it's like 30 meters. It's kind of cool. We're like 500 meters from the beach and it's like 200 meters deep here. There's this really foul smell in the air, and I guess it's from these big salt ponds that you have here on the island inside here. And the wind is bringing that smell out here. Malin is down below trying to put Vera to sleep. It's just 8:30 in the evening. So a really fast sail, I have to say. It's morning and I'm on my way to Customs and Immigration to do the check-in here in Bonaire. And there's quite a lot of boats here. Had some troubles finding a mooring buoy last night, but we found one. But this morning we found out that we couldn't stay at that one, so we had to move. So now we're at another one, but we still have to go into the marina to get some water. So I guess we'll do that after I have checked in here. Yeah, that went really fast. We're checked in, went really smooth, and it didn't cost us anything.
It feels great to be here. Mama. That was a fast passage from Union Island here to Bonaire. Who's it?
In Bonaire you can only stay in the marina or on a mooring ball, since the waters around the island is a marine park. The moorings cost $11 a night and it's a first come, first served policy. We're so happy to be back in this amazing place and start exploring underwater again. Thanks for watching. We hope you liked all the sailing in this episode. If you did and you would like to thank us, we would be so happy to have you join our Patreon crew. See you next week.